favorite NES titles, and did you find any games while making the book that are now personal favorites? I don't know what book he's talking about, Ian.
A certain one, I would imagine. So, Jesus.
It's been a while.
Yeah. I mean, we all know my favorite NES titles. We've gone through this before: DuckTales, Kirby's Adventure, etc., etc. But I did find some games that I really liked while working on the book. I don't know if I'd call any of them personal favorites, but there are ones that I do genuinely like. That a lot. I think a few of them I owned when I had about 500 games, but I never paid them as much attention as I did when I had to review them. One is Arkista's Ring, which is just a little top-down game where you control a little female elf, and you walk around, and there's just these little maze-like levels where you have to, kill the enemies and find the door to get out. But it's interesting because the background graphics change a lot. So while it's a simple arcade game, it does feel like you're on like a little RPG-like journey. Kind of a simple little game made by American Sammy. I like it. Like I said, quite a bit.
Give it 3 stars.
Phantom Fighter is one that I think I reviewed for the book, and I think I tried to review it more objectively, but I actually personally liked it quite a bit. It's just a very simple game. You can upgrade your moves. There's different, I can't remember what they're called now, the equivalent of like a Chinese vampire. But you upgrade moves, you train, and you go from village to village, clearing out each village of these different like hopping ghosts. And then this, I think, I was introduced to it. I think I've never owned it. I think I was introduced to it to the marathon. I don't think I reviewed this one for the book, but Formula One Built to Win is a cute little F1 simulator with kind of like a little anime aesthetic, some nice options for upgrading and things like that. And I learned to enjoy that one quite a bit more too. So those would be kind of 3 games off the top of my head that I like more after working on the book.
I didn't review it, but I played it. In terms of looking over, Ashton actually reviewed it, and she did lots of good reviews for the book. Excellent writer. Frankenstein the Monster Returns is a really fun game, and it has some really goofy elements.
I was actually thinking of that one too.
There's some really cute little weird cutscenes on a map with Frankenstein taking the girl away.
Yeah. And
it's actually a pretty competent game with lots of different like little environments and some fun attacks and little weapons you get. Felix the Cat, just a lovely game.
Mm-hmm.
It's amazing that, well, it's not amazing because that game shot up in value, but I can't remember anyone at the time that either owned that game or played that game.
No, it went unknown for ages. I would say for the first 7 years I worked at Luna, or at least the first 6, it was like a $15 game all day, and then it shot up to like $50, and I don't even know what it's at now. I know it's not cheap.
Dragon Fighter, rare game. You don't ever see it. That one really surprised me for how well done that was. That's the one where you side scroll, hacking and slashing, and then you change into a shooter, really, as a dragon. And that's sort of a original, sort of unique idea. You don't really see much in the library. Just going through. How about Chiller? No. Freedom Force, really fun shooter, really tough shooter, kind of a bloody shooter when you play it. And then there's the library is so big you can just go all day about one to sort of surprise you. But that's what was so good about it, was that you did come across games like that. They're like, oh, this could be a fun game had I known about it or had time to play it more. Absolutely. Or ones maybe you didn't play enough. I remember one of the first ones, actually just turned it. One of the first games I reviewed, which is a really fun game that no one really talks about, is Iron Tank. Iron Tank's just a really fun, shooter. It's almost like SNK took the one of the only good parts of Akari Warriors
and made it a full game.
Yeah, the tank mode, and made it its own game. It's like, oh, this actually works as a title. So it's just stuff like that was fun in the book, or rediscovering games like Little League Baseball, or it's like a kind of a forgotten sports title. So this is a really fun game based upon the Baseball Stars engine, basically, with some little minor twists here and there. And who can forget the fantastic Master Chu and the Drunkard Who? Just a lovely, lovely time.
No.
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 So, and then there were games that I think were big on concept but not in execution, like Motor City Patrol, where I was like, this could have been a really freaking cool game, but just doesn't pass the mustard. You know, stuff like that, or Pictionary, which is a design nightmare and just really awkward with its mini games. So that's it. I hawked the book enough for this segment. It's right here. Wait for the app. The app will be fun when the app comes out. Trust me.